Hi, this is Trading Bitcoin. We have missed you guys. We are finally back from the Coinsbank cruise. There was no Wi-Fi, as you guys know. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a recap. We have Tyler Jenks here, my partner today. Very excited. And Tone, you're not shirtless today.
Yes, I'm not. You know what? I didn't even realize. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna get recorded. I had no idea it was actually gonna get live streamed and stuff. But that's okay. It's all good. And it was fun. Yeah, it was just like right out of the pool, and I'm like, you know what? Roger wants to debate some more. I think there was a lot of points that went unsaid, and let's do it. Let's go for
it. Ty, how's it going? I've missed doing videos with you.
Yeah, it's going great. We actually had a very quiet week with everything, including Bitcoin, as we'll see in just a bit. But now it's probing the bottom again. And the stock market didn't do anything this week, so you guys didn't miss too much. And we'll take a look at the prices.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh yeah, just so you guys know, my luggage is still nowhere to be found. So I got like, if you guys thought I wore the same stuff before, just wait over the next 6 weeks, okay? Because I literally have like 2 T-shirts. So thank you, Jimmy, for giving me another one of these. And the shirt that I was flying from France with, and 1 pair of jeans. And I had to borrow a bathing suit. So that's it. Those are my clothes right now.
As an update, by the way, there was a steak restaurant on board, and we ate there for every single meal. And yeah. Jimmy ate 3 16-ounce steaks every meal.
Which is 1 meal a day. Let's not make it. Let's not do 9 steaks a day. He was eating 3 steaks a day in 1 sitting. It was insane.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's hit this.
All right, let's go straight to screen share, and we'll update you guys on the prices. We have no idea what happened in the news, but the price hasn't really moved. So not much has actually been happening. All right, guys. Let me slide this over. Okay, my website. I have no idea how many registered people I have. I believe Amsterdam is completely sold out. There's absolutely no way you're going to get a seat. Amsterdam is done. You got to sign up early. We got about 4 seats left in Madrid. So that's going to happen this Saturday. Off to Madrid, probably, Thursday? Today's Tuesday. And after that, Chiang Mai, Singapore, and then a bunch of them in Australia. Perth, Melbourne, and Sydney. Sydney, 6 seats left, so you better hurry up. And Brisbane, also 3 seats left. So there might be New Zealand. I'm gonna find out this week if I'm doing New Zealand. All right, and learn trading, whatever. Learn trading. There's the thing. Affiliate codes. If you guys missed my work and you don't want me sticking out on 4 days, please check out the affiliate section, and you can support all of this free content with by using these links. The latest Cryptomatic is out. Just got the heads up today. I already bought mine, guys, so you better hurry up because this one's gonna sell out quick. It's absolutely awesome. So don't forget definitely check out Cryptomatic. I'm not sure why it's not loading. Probably overloaded. Everyone's trying to buy a watch. We'll get back to that. Load eventually. Okay. Let's get to the prices. Man, it's been a week since I've done these. My God, I don't even remember how to do it anymore. But yeah, why don't you start?
All right.
All right. So here we go. Here is the monthly chart. I hope. Yes, the monthly chart of September, and as you can see, this has not been a very good month for Bitcoin. We started off going down. We are now almost halfway into the month. I believe today is the 10th, so we're a third of the way through the month. And once again, you came back up, you hit the trend line, and you are now on a red 2. This red 2 is not yet lower than a red 1. However, look what was the lowest monthly close so far on a monthly chart. It was this candle right here, the month of June. And Leah, feel free to interrupt with a good question.
Bad, apparently.
The mic sounds bad. Okay, we can change the microphones. Is it? Can somebody define? Choppy on the mic. All right, hold on 1 second.
Tone did school Roger Ver.
Let me check the mic. Hold on. More audio. Oh man, I gotta drop screen share for a sec. Let me check the mic settings. Yeah, I'm using the H4n. I can try the headset.
Sounds okay.
Oh no! How about now? Let's see. It's like a 1 minute delay. So.
The mic is okay. All right.
All right. Is it?
Mic is fine. Next lag.
I changed it though. I changed the microphone settings.
Okay.
All right. Let's hope this is better. Let's give this a try. Okay. Let's get back to this. So look at where your lowest monthly close has been. The lowest monthly close was the month of June. That close was $6,388. The current price is $6,305. So if the month is to close at current price, you have a new monthly lowest close of the year. And Tyler, what does that mean to an investor?
Well, what it does is it confirms the downtrend, and it predicts that the next candle is probably going to be a very large down candle.
Gotcha. All right. So let's just go on. Let's skip the monthly. The monthly chart is just bearish, guys. Also, look, there's absolutely nothing between the current price of Bitcoin and the Fibonacci line that I have at $4,789. Let's just round it off. Let's say 4,800. Tyler, your Fibonacci's are slightly different. What is the price of your 76.4% Fibonacci line?
I've got 4,800.
Oh, so do I. Okay, we're pretty much in the same boat then. So
yeah,
absolutely no support for Bitcoin between now and 4,800. Now, we're not going to get the 4,800 tomorrow. We'll probably get the 4,800 next month or the month after or the month after that. And that gives plenty of time for the 30-month moving average, currently sitting at $4,310, to make its way up to 4,800 and create a double support area for a nice buy the dip situation in the 4,800 zone. Okay. Is our Wi-Fi not as good as we thought it was?
It's breaking up a little bit, guys, but we can hear you.
I'm gonna pause. Hey, can you pause your video because it's eating up bandwidth because we don't need to watch yourselves? Yeah, perfect. Okay. Okay, so hopefully this will be better. We cleared up some room. And okay, so let's move on. That's it for the monthly chart. Oh, did this load? Oh boy, what happened? Did the link change? There it is. Those are the new watches, guys. The latest Cryptomatic is out. Use the discount code. There's a discount code, TONE. Use the discount code, TONE, to save an additional 10%, I believe. Okay. In case you're guys curious, I bought this one. The black and gold. But the blue ones are really cool too. All right. Next chart. This is the Tyler, you and I debated the hyperwave a little bit. I know you like your be quick and short. My wave 5 was a little bit longer. My wave 5 lasted, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and reversed on the 7th week. Wave 6 was only 2 weeks, and now we're in week 7, which has rejected us once. And we were also playing around with wave 3, and it's still possible that the way I redrew it that one time, Wave 3 may still hold, but I highly doubt it. I still think we're going down, and wave 3 was probably steeper, like we originally had it drawn, more this way, like that, for wave 3, and we broke below it, used it as a back test of a trend line, and now we're going down into wave 2, which is currently at around $2,000.
Yeah, I've got wave 2 at 5,400, and my wave 3 broke back in February. So I think that the only support Bitcoin has now between current prices and the 4,800 is my phase 2 at 5,400 this week. It was at 5,330 last week. It's up at 5,400 this week. And what I suspect we're about to see is a drop through that phase 2 line at 5,400. And during the week, we'll go all the way down to hit Tone's 49.75 and probably bounce off the Fibonacci at 4,800 and hopefully close back above 5,400. That's what I hope we see.
All right, let's take a look at stop and reverse points. I haven't looked at this chart in about 4 days. Let's check this out. This is the weekly chart, specifically looking at Bollinger Bands and the stop and reverse point. The stop and reverse points are not coming down at all. It's almost like a flat horizontal line.
Yeah,
I really thought they would go a little bit faster. You can see the acceleration of the 20-period moving average, little Bollinger Band line. The Bollinger or low Bollinger Band seems to be flat, and the price is flattening out. In our next chart, I'll show you the triangle again, but this is not good. I mean, right now, I know the week's just started at Tuesday, but guys, you have to realize that last week, what was the close last week? The close last week was 60.40. The close the week of August 6th was 63.13. It was higher. The close back in July was 63.7. Again, higher. And the close back in June was 61.48. So that means that last close was the second lowest close on a weekly level this entire year. That is as bearish as, I mean, the only thing that's bearish is if it closed, you know, $100 lower, closing at the low close for the year, which can easily happen this week, and doesn't happen next week. I mean, anytime your asset closes on a 9-month low, I mean, there's absolutely almost no bearish signs you can look to. Like I can't think of anything that's bullish at that point for any asset, including Bitcoin.
Yeah, I would agree. And take a look at the middle band of the Bollinger. It is accelerating down, and the top band is accelerating down. What normally happens is the bottom band starts moving up, and you're going to squeeze the price. But right now, that bottom band is at approximately 5,200, it looks like. And that should be where we are going fairly quickly.
Because, and this is happening because we continue to make equal lows and lower highs. All right, now we come to my probably most useful chart, and it clearly displays the descending triangle. I think at this point, it's fair to adjust this triangle a little bit lower because clearly there are way too many candles below the low of that triangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust this down, and I'm going to try to capture those middle candles at the lows. Okay, so I'm gonna actually click on this. I'm gonna try to go to coordinates, and so these two. So I'm gonna set them at 6150. So I am setting the bottom of the triangle at exactly 6150. There, okay. Now it's clean. So that also means that the breakdown of the triangle will take place at 6150, and the fat part of the triangle, which starts a little bit higher here to here, it's about $6,700. Obviously, Bitcoin can't fall $6,700 from $6,200. So what we have is a fall of, I'll make it 50% even. Seems reasonable. So I am looking for a fall of 52%. There it is. So we should fall down to $3,000. And unfortunately, $3,000 has already played the role of critical, right there. $3,000 had already played the role of critical support. So it's going to be very difficult for that to happen again. It just will be. But this triangle is nothing to follow it. It's beautiful technical analysis that we bounced in August and touched the top of that triangle perfectly. Actually, I think I need to expand this triangle a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to price 3. I'm going to set that a couple of bars. Maybe go out to 15 bars instead. That might be a little too much. That's a little too much. So let's not do 15. Let's do 12. Go out 3 bars. All right, much better. Okay, so we came up just short. I'm gonna go 10. Perfect. Came up, there's your triangle adjustment. It's touching these candles, it's touching the very tip, it's touching the tops of the 2 candles, and it just missed the tip. So there you go. Now the 30-week moving average is starting to fall hard again, and but the 50-week moving average is still slightly rising because we're still counting these guys. This is not good, guys. I mean, we could still go up and hit the top of the triangle one more time in the $6,800 area at some point in October. But sooner or later, I expect the down line of this triangle to break and lots of big holders to pack. Tyler, any additional thoughts on this weekly chart?
No, only to look back at the death cross, and as time goes on, we can see how important that was.
See, your MACD crossed for a minute and then back to the bear zone. Yeah, this death cross was very critical, and we've been talking about it for weeks leading up to this event. All right, here's the daily chart. Let's look at the oscillators. So you see that the RSI did make a higher low and a lower high. So this doesn't mean anything yet. Let's see if we get another leg down in the very near future. And maybe if we fall one more time to, let's say, 5,000 or 4,800, we can then bounce strong. The CMF continues to decelerate. You have lower highs with smaller areas that continue to fail and go lower. That is bearish. And your MACD is bearish right now. Nothing you can do about that. Okay. We're still doing okay on the stream. And here's a daily chart. There's really not that much you can say about the daily chart at this point. The daily chart continues to make lower highs and equal lows. I'm going to drop these drawings because they're cluttering my chart. As you can see, the sequential system is on a 7. We are on a red 7 of 9. We are back to this purple trend line, right? If I zoom out, you can see that this line, it's a channel. It's a very old channel It's a very old and useful channel. And I would not be surprised at all if we fall back into this channel. We should have never left this channel in the first place. We should have just been in this channel for the last year and a half, okay? And I'm not surprised if we're gonna fall into this channel. I'm also not surprised that we are holding steady off of this channel. I still think this channel is going to break. And if we go to the bottom of the channel, that is 4,300. The daily chart 9, look for maybe 2 more days of downside or consolidation, and then a short-term reversal. But Bitcoin fell so hard on numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 that now it's consolidating. So I still got this candle is weak. The next 2 days are not going to be pretty. All right, any questions before I move on to the 12-hour?
No, Ty, any comments? And then, nope. Although, by the way, your mic is off, but I saw the note.
All right, we'll let you know when we hear you, Tyler. Okay, here is the 12-hour chart. The 12-hour chart reversed on a 9. It didn't stay as 9. It flipped to a red 1. It never made it to a 7. It went to a 6, and it's been price flipping. Look, green 1, red 1. Green 1, red 1. Red 2 did not go below the red 1. Green 1, red 1, green 1. So for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, for the last 8 candles, 8 twice a day candles, right? So that's for 4 days. So for the 4 days you've been on the cruise, the 12-hour chart told you not to trade. Okay? Completely. Not a single entry into that trade. Now your RSI is still pretty low, but it is low, but it never even made it to oversold. Your MACD is about to cross. But you look at your CMF though, guys. This is ugly. Your CMF is telling you that under the hood, it's telling you that under the hood, people are selling. That's a very bearish sign. The CMF alone on a 12-hour chart telling you that it's going to go lower. Here's the 4-hour chart. I left the short, the leverage shorts position, and the leverage shorts continue to be elevated, so that there's a lot of people short. You can see that based on the 4-hour chart, the CMF has gone from oversold into positive territory. That's good. MACD looks decent. The RSI looks decent. The momentum indicators look pretty good, except OBV. But hey, the price is king, right? And the price is telling you that it's a 4-hour chart. And if the current candle, if the current red 2 candle, well, this candle is only going to trade about an hour and a half. So I don't expect anything from it. But if the next candle trades lower than the current candle, that's a possibility for a short. We have the 1-hour chart. The 1-hour chart popped to the upside twice actually in the last 2 days. You can see the pop, and it pretty much topped on 9, and then it played around for a bit, and then it topped the candle after the 9 earlier today. And it's pretty bearish chart. The 1-hour chart went bearish on a red 2 going below a red 1 4 hours ago. I know it's pulling to the upside, but I have a feeling it's going to turn any moment. It's also below the cloud. I haven't done videos in a while, so here's your parameters for the cloud that I'm using. That goes from Nick_. All right, I think that's it for me. I'm not even sure what chart this is. Again, like I said, I haven't looked at charts in 4 days at all. Oh, this is the longs. Oh, yeah, this is a good one, right? So as you can see, there is still a huge amount of shorts versus longs. The last time we had this many shorts versus longs, the market did a minute and then went from 7,000 to 20,000, killing those shorts. So not exactly sure what it means. The price is certainly bearish, but as long as there's this many shorts, the market will continue to struggle to actually crash. Shorts are currently holding it up. I think this is Ethereum. Ethereum continues to lag against Bitcoin. It's on a 7 of 9 on a weekly chart. What is this? Oh, the S&P 500. The market is trading again. I'm not surprised. We topped on a weekly 9, and now we're having another red candle this week. It's only Tuesday, but let's keep an eye on that. This should be the daily S&P 500. And the daily is on a red 6 of 9. So we're looking for 3 more days of downside, perhaps being held up the 7-day moving average. If not, the 30-day moving average. And if not, oh, I'm sorry, that's not the 7-day. The 7-day, I couldn't even see it. So the purple line is the 30-day moving average. It will probably hold the price in 2 days. And if not, we can fall down to the 50-day moving average, perfectly reasonable. Let's see what this is. Let's both be surprised. This is Tesla. Tesla is still not great. You're on a red 3 of 9 on a weekly scale. You can glance at daily Tesla, and then I'm going to close it. And hey, check that out. I love it when that happens, and especially when I haven't looked at the stock in ages. There it is. There's your 9 reversal, right? I mean, there are sequential 13 at the high, sequential 13. You had a 9 sell at the all-time high in Tesla. You then had a new all-time high 2 months later, topping on the sequential 13 from that 9, I might add. And then you went down, and then you earned a 9 at the low, a gap down 9. I mean, that's absolutely gorgeous. Anyone who says TA doesn't work really needs to just open up the chart of Tesla daily apparently. And right now you're on a red 2 after a 9, but it's not trading below the 1. You can need another candle to trade below the 2. I wouldn't risk it. I think this 9 on Tesla can shoot it going to the upside significantly. Another chart, let's see what this is. I'm actually going to close it. No, maybe I'll save it. No, I'm going to close it. Remind me to do Tesla in the future. All right, goodbye. Oh yeah, Tyler, any comments? I'm going off on rants here. I don't even know what this is. Whatever TSG is, it's on a 7 of 9. Look for a 7 of 9 and 11 of 13. This thing is definitely primed for a nice rebound. I would be watching whatever stock this is. I would be watching it like a hawk the rest of the week and see if you have a reversal candle on a 913 at the low, and hopefully this thing will reverse and go up maybe 10-20%.
Tyler, can you try talking?
Oh, I think we lost him. Shoot. Oh, I have to bring him back. Sorry, Tyler.
Ty?
Should be back any minute. Yep, unmute. We see that you're still muted on Zoom. No, he can unmute. Oh, I got it.
Ty?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you back.
Okay,
Sorry, did you
good.
catch all that? Any comments? Did you see that beautiful? I mean, look at the beautiful Tesla chart. I think I closed it. Damn it. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. I like Tesla a lot down here. In fact, we're beginning to buy that for clients right around this area.
Yeah, I mean, off that 9. I mean, this is how stocks bottom, guys. Again, I'm gonna pull it up just for Tyler. Look, a 9 or a 13 don't necessarily have to reverse the stock or any asset, right? But look at how demoralizing this is for investors, right? Like you've been gapping down on Tesla like crazy. Tesla falls from 380, what was the high? $387 a month ago. It falls down to $250. It falls 33% in a month. 33% in a month for Tesla, the car that you see on the street all the time. Oh, 33%. And look what happened at the end, right? It was a gap down. And then it's created a reversal candle on a 9, and then boom, huge pop-up. I think Tesla is pretty good here. And you have a beautiful risk-reward ratio. You're waiting for new all-time highs, and your risk is $260 mark.
Did we get an island reversal there?
Yeah, right here. Off the 9.
Yeah, that's as good as it gets, folks. That's as good as it gets.
Sequential 9, I don't remember. I had no idea. I mean, if I was doing videos on this day, I would have called it right away. I mean, this is what you trade for. I mean, you trade the 9 at the all-time high along with the stock market. You trade the 13 off the all-time high along with the stock market, and boom, this is the 9 that you trade. And now you wait for a 9 on the upside. Hopefully, you break setup trend line, and it looks beautiful. And your stop loss is new lows. I mean, it doesn't get.
How does the weekly look?
That's the daily. The weekly isn't great. I'll be honest with you. The weekly can definitely use a little bit of work. The weekly is consolidating. Here's what I've said about weekly. The weekly reminds me a lot of what it did all throughout 2014, 2015, 2016. Tesla spent 3 years in consolidation, like it broke out, and then it broke out from $34 in 2013, and it just kept going pretty much nicely up, and then it consolidated for years, and then it broke out again from $200 to almost 400, and now it's consolidating again. It can consolidate for the rest of the year and then break out again.
Yeah, look at that test of the trend line we just had.
Yeah, that's level 4, I think. No, that's level 2.
Yeah, that's a phase 2.
That's a monster phase up. Like by looking at your hyperwave, I mean, it's not really a hyperwave until we go into phase 3. But like if Tesla goes to phase 3, I mean, we are talking the expectation that Tesla is gonna like have self-driving cars all over the world.
Yeah, that's right.
So basically, based on my understanding of hyperwave and looking at the current phase 1 and the current phase 2, I mean, we are potentially looking at the complete global overhaul of the automotive industry, with Tesla becoming the highest market cap company in the world, like doubling Amazon based on this rate.
Yeah, what will be very exciting is if this phase 2 holds here and we take out the highs at $380, we will probably do it with an angle that will start the phase 3, and then it's officially a hyperwave. Until that, we've only got a small percentage chance of going into a hyperwave, but forget hyperwave for now. Just the chart itself holding this trend line on 3 different occasions over a 3-year period is a very powerful tool.
Yeah. And like I said, yeah, if Tesla goes into phase 2, we are talking about a $2,000–$3,000 valuation for Tesla, and that's probably even before phase 4.
Yep, that's exactly right.
And but they'll split. You know, their stock will split, of course.
Want to look at silver?
All right, let's check out silver. Well, here's gold. Gold's starting to come back down. I mean, I thought gold had a little more strength in it, but it's just a complete disaster. This might be gold again.
Tyler, what are your thoughts on gold?
Oh boy, hold on.
Yeah, it looks like it's rolling over, and when you see the silver chart, you'll see why. Today's a bad day for silver.
I'll get to it. I've not looked at silver in a long time. And before my computer does, I totally forgot. I don't have an outlet. I have to use portable. Boom. We are in business. This is the gold daily. The gold daily isn't doing much, but the gold weekly looks bearish. 2 more things here. I'm curious what they are. I hope it's not B-trash. Nope, that's the historical view of Bitcoin. And my last one is, oh, S&P again. I can close that. Okay. And so let's take a look at silver. Oh, but I'm charging. Might not be enough. Damn.
Hey, Tyler, I'll ask you a high-level question while Tone's chart is going. People are asking about GBTC, and there's premiums. Someone said GBTC made yesterday new year lows and also today. At what level will GBTC start selling? How is it possible for the price to be impacted? Just overall thoughts.
Yeah, I think it's a very important move on GBTC because I've said over and over again that GBTC led the price of Bitcoin up. And I also believe that it has been leading the price of Bitcoin down. And it broke to new lows on this move from December yesterday, got down all the way to $8. So I believe it got as low as a 17% premium. A lot of people are using another calculation than I do, but I've used the same calculation all through this period, starting with the 90-for-1 split. And right now I've got it right around a 20% premium, but I believe that premium is going down close to zero. And it's also saying basically that we are ready to break, in my opinion, on Bitcoin, as we talked about.
Yeah. Wow. Silver chart looks absolutely amazing. We'll get back to GBTC in a minute. I'm going to pull up my chart. Oh my God, there's so much going on here. This is the weekly chart. Where's my monthly chart? That's the daily. That's the weekly chart. And that's also the daily chart. So what's going on? Hold on. 1 week. All right, so one of these needs to be monthly. This is monthly. Okay. Let's look at the monthly chart of silver. So the monthly chart of silver, look, your RSI is still, your RSI on a monthly chart of silver has never been oversold other than in 1991, right? But look what we got here. Your RSI is pretty much at its close for this century. So let's see if silver can go monthly oversold on your RSI because it's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overbought conditions without a single oversold condition. So silver is definitely due for some pain based on RSI. The MACD, see, look at the monthly MACD is only starting its downtrend. Like the MACD is telling silver so much more downside, it's ridiculous. I don't know what I'm doing with my silver coins. I eventually have to just throw them away based on this chart. Yeah, here's the monthly chart. And if you look, right, again, silver bounced off a 9 monthly back in 2015. And it was a beautiful 9. The lowest monthly close we had back then was $13.62. The price is $13.96. So we're almost at all-time low. So just like Bitcoin, right? So just like Bitcoin, when you are approaching the prior low, that's a very bearish sign. I expect silver to break this low and go significantly lower. However, you are on 11 of 13 on the sequential, and you are also on an 8 of 9 setup. So next month, there could be a potential reversal in silver, maybe get you back to 15 bucks, and then it's not going to look very good. Let's go to the weekly chart, the daily. Let's go to the weekly chart. Now, the weekly chart is absolutely amazing looking. This is the same triangle I've been drawing in Bitcoin on a weekly scale. Here is Bitcoin's descending triangle that from this entire year. So this is a descending triangle in Bitcoin that has taken 9 months to form. And now it's looking like it's ready to go down its target. Let's go back to silver. Here is silver's triangle. Silver's triangle goes from a high of 20 to a low of 15.50. That is a $4.75. So there's your target. Okay, I drew this a few weeks ago. I had no idea silver was crashing. Now, what went on? Silver had a 9. It could not rebound. You had a 2, did not go lower than the 1. Once this weekly 3 went lower than this weekly 2, boom, silver was on a short trade. Silver was on a 4 of 9 weekly. Look for a rebound in 5 weeks, which would be perfectly in line with a monthly 9 next month. Okay, monthly 9 next month is very possible, and it will coincide with the weekly 9. So sometime around 1350, maybe 1300, silver can certainly rebound. I finally got my sequential 13. The sequential 13, see all these plus signs? The sequential 13 has been deferred from 2015. See this 8 candle right here? Boom. No, the week of November 23rd, 2015, set a low. This is why it costs tens of thousands of dollars for me to program this sequential indicator. That's how much I paid to get it programmed correctly. So when you go for that free version, remember, you don't know what they've coded, but I know what I've coded, okay? So that's why you're able to keep these pluses going for 3 years, deferring 13. And there it is. And now we've started a brand new one coming off this 9 right here. So you have a 4 of 13, you have a 4 of 9, plenty of downside for the next month and a half.
What are your thoughts, Sadler? Anything different? Are you seeing anything different?
No, I agree. I've got a target of $8 right now, and I'm not real sure that that'll be able to hold.
Yeah, I mean, my target has always been sub 10. I can always adjust it to 8 or 7 or 3 or even 50 cents if I need to. I mean, after reading Saifedean's book, as far as I'm concerned, any value of silver, well, it's not going to go to $2, but I mean, silver will never be lower than copper. So no matter what the price of silver is, it is going to be more expensive than copper. I just can't see it. But then again, copper is actually way more useful as an industry metal. And if silver has absolutely no monetary value, based on what Saifedean explained in the Bitcoin standard, maybe it is possible for silver to go down to $2. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. And guys, this isn't manipulation. No one cares about silver. That's it. And man, I remember listening to all these people, like from Gregory Monterino, and I know Max Kaiser is a big silver guy, and all these people are silver guys. Everybody at Acapulco are all silver people. Like Big Sweer still talks about how silver's value is $5,000 an ounce. It's completely crazy. Oh, good point. Someone's asking me about the ratio. Here is daily silver. It doesn't even have my indicator on it. Let me throw it on there. And let me pull up the ratio. We got 1,200 viewers, by the way.
Great.
Gold, Bitcoin versus gold ratio. I have 2 of them, actually. I have a more. Oh, sorry, it's Bitcoin gold, my bad. Gold, silver, and then I have gold, silver, historical. So I have 2 of them. One just goes further back, but the first one has all my annotations. I just found one that goes back further, or I made my own. I think this is the one that goes back further, but doesn't have any, yeah, this one goes back to 75, but it doesn't have any annotations. This one, oh my God, it's almost at a new all-time high, Tyler.
Yeah.
Insane. Hey, maybe people are reading Saifedean's book. The gold-silver ratio is at a new all-time high of $5. And guess what? You know what the charts are telling you? It's going to probably break 100. I mean, this is a giant cup and handle. Like, this ratio does not have to stop at 100. But at this point, normally say this is where you buy silver and short gold. And I know that as a technical trader, I'm supposed to follow that rule, but there's no way in hell I would. I mean, it really looks like silver is about to, you know, drop for the next, well, maybe in 5 weeks I would, right? Actually, technicals are pointing to a reversal in silver probably in about 3 weeks. So let me not, long term, it could get worse, but I think there'll be one more leg down in silver. If silver crashes to $13 or $12.50, it could be a very nice pickup as it goes back to 16. But it feels like over the next 5 years, silver versus gold ratio is only going to get worse.
Tyler, what's your thoughts on long-term perspective, money management, asset allocation? We lost you, Ty.
Lost your audio time.
When he comes back in.
Yep. I was taking a look at something else.
Euro.
You got me?
You're back
Oh,
in.
you're back.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think I think both gold and silver are going down, and I believe silver is going down more as a percentage. And I'm talking about longer term. So I think your target of 100 is not unreasonable at all. But that's not because gold will be going up. It's because silver will be going down faster.
Yeah, my target on gold has always been $800 for a long time now. And hey, gold 800, silver $8. That seems reasonable to me.
Yeah, that's your 100.
All right. How about euro dollar?
Euro dollar.
Yeah, I have a question. To look at the daily euro dollar, it printed a 9, went down 4 candles, and is now ranging. The daily RSI has bullish divergence from May 30th to 15th of August. Thoughts?
So here's your daily RSI. It hit a 9, 1, 2, 3, bottomed on the 4th candle. So it went almost as low, but since that 4th candle has been price flipping. So I would be bullish the euro versus the dollar if it can get back above. Probably I would wait till 1.7. If the euro can get back to 1.7, which I don't think it will. If the euro gets back to 1.7, creates a giant cup and handle, or inverse head and shoulders if you like, but probably a cup and handle, and then it could break out, but that seems unlikely. The more likely outcome is that it range bounds, another week or so, and then takes another sharp leg lower. And look at the weekly chart. Yeah, the weekly chart just fell a little too much. It never gave you a bullish entry, guys. You had a bullish price flip. 2, never went above the 1. 3, never went above the 2. Let's see what happens. Next candle will probably give you another price flip to a red 1 because it would need to close higher than 4 candles ago. So the euro is completely neutral, and you said RSI on the day.
Yep, and then people are saying Bitcoin is dipping, so maybe we can recheck it out.
We'll go back to Bitcoin.
Bullish divergence.
I mean, RSI looks like it wants to work off your soul condition. RSI really should go to the upside without breaking to new all-time highs. RSI definitely has some room to the upside. Let's go back to the Bitcoin. Here's the 4-hour Bitcoin chart. The 4-hour Bitcoin chart is officially on a short trade. This is the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour Bitcoin chart officially went on a short trade as of that line, as of 62.50. As of 62.50, I'm rounding. The moment Bitcoin went below 62.50, it was on a short. If you were uncomfortable with that short, or this is your time frame, right? You would go in half x over 2, and then you have a double down situation on your trade. The moment, well, you're almost there. I would say the next time it makes a low, so at the next candle basically, and it would swing to new lows. It wouldn't be new lows of the month. Well, actually, it would be new lows of the month. Yeah, this is just bad. Also, last month we went lower, huh? Yeah, back in August we went lower. So yeah, this is not good at all. Let me look at the 12-hour chart. The 12-hour chart, after how many candles did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After 7 candles of you not to have a position in this market, the 12-hour chart gave you a short trade as of 62.50. So the 12-hour chart and the 4-hour chart both gave you a short trade at the same time. Now let's look at the 1-hour chart. The 1-hour chart gave you a short trade as of 63.12, and the 1-hour chart is on a 6 of 9, telling you, hey, potentially take some profit. And well, this candle just started. Potentially take some profit. 6, 7, 8, and 9 candle within the next 3 to 4 hours. You can take some profit. The 4-hour chart just getting started on its down leg. The 12-hour chart just getting started. Potentially can repeat the same down leg. So the 1-hour, the 4-hour, the 12-hour are all bearish. Here is the daily. The daily remains bearish on a 7 of 9, looking for potential 2 more days of upside, plus, I don't know, another half a day to go. And the chart is not, the weekly chart is technically in cash, but this is where all breaks loose. The break of this triangle on a red 2 below red 1 or a red 3 below a red 2 is very, very bearish, okay? So, I mean, right now, if I was a trader, I would be between, 80 and 90% confident, probably 85% confident that over the next, over the next 1 day to 30 days, Bitcoin will probably start approaching my $5,000 target. Tyler, your views?
I agree completely. I've used the word imminent on 2 occasions in the past, and in both cases, we were able to bounce. But since we've had the death cross and we are sitting in this position, and the intermediate term moving average is really accelerating down, I will use the word again. I believe that imminently we're going to test my phase 2 line at 5,400, and very probably Tone's line and the Fibonacci line, all within the context of several days.
By the way, your stop loss is also pretty clear. Your stop loss is pretty much right above 6,500 on a daily chart. Your stop loss is probably, at least my stop loss on the 12-hour chart would be right here. That is 6,412. My stop loss on the 4-hour chart is probably identical to that. Yep, just above 6,400, like 6,410, 6,405 is my stop loss on a 4-hour chart. And on a 1-hour chart, my stop loss is also, well, on a 1-hour chart, it's different. If I was trading the 1-hour chart, my entry would have been right here on 63.12. My initial stop loss would have been at 63.51. And right now, I would absolutely be lowering that stop loss. If I was already short in that trade, my stop loss would be just above the center of that expanded range down candle. My stop loss would be just above 62.60.
Tyler, thoughts, and also if you wanted to add to when we were talking about the euro dollar.
About the euro,
Yeah.
I believe the dollar is in a very strong move up relative to almost all currencies. And I see in this euro chart a head and shoulders top that could be breaking if we take out that yellow or orange line that Tone has there, maybe even the blue line. So it looks to me like dollar strength is going to continue.
Yeah, Tyler, I agree with you, but there is still room to make an actual official head and shoulders, so the euro can easily come up to 120, 121 before its reversal. So I wouldn't risk it here. I would wait. I would short the euro if it falls to below 1.14, or I would wait if it starts to go up. I would wait and try to short it after it reaches 1.2 or 1.21.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, particularly because we're in a bit of a pullback in the U.S. stock market, and interest rates have been trying to get back up on the 10-year, back over the 3% level, and they have not been able to do that. If they do break above 3%, then I think we're going to see the dollar begin to move sharply, and that would be time to get out of the euro. But so far, that has not happened.
I'm looking at the euro weekly. It doesn't really tell me anything. I can make the case that it's bullish. I can also make the case that it has topped and it's ready to go down. Might have to look at a monthly chart. I'll look at another day, maybe get to some audience questions.
Well, the consensio on that oil chart is pretty bullish. You've got the long-term moving average moving up very nicely, and the price on the oil chart has it sitting right on the intermediate term moving average. So it looks to me like it's going higher.
Nice. Okay, do we want to do, someone was asking, this will be a fun one, the dollar to the Indian rupee, and that's INR.
I don't know if I have that chart. INR?
Mm-hmm. USD to INR, and then we'll finish with the two last Bitcoin questions.
I do. Last time I looked at the Indian rupee in May. So how many months is that? That's like 6 months, right?
Sounds like something I made you do.
No, I had a client from India, and we took a look at the Indian rupee. So I haven't looked at the Indian rupee since May. Oh wow, look what I drew. So that was it back in May, right? So back in May, April, yep, I drew these arrows, and I expected the Indian rupee to pull back, and then I expected it to go up. So it looks like I missed full pullback, but I was certainly right. I even underestimated how high the Indian rupee would depreciate, how much it would depreciate. I thought the Indian rupee would strengthen back to the prior level, back to high, and then accelerate to the upside. So these are the arrows that I must have drawn back in May or back in April of last year. Jeez, that's the monthly chart. Oh, I didn't even check what year that was. Oh, it doesn't tell me what year. This might have been last year, guys. I think I looked at it in May of last year, because look at the arrows. And I looked at it in forever. So here it is. And yeah, I certainly expected it to depreciate. I looked at it so long ago that it doesn't even have the indicator on it. We do have clients in India, so. Oh, yeah. No, not wrong. And you're on an 8 of 9 monthly, so one more month of payment for you guys in India, and then it should reverse. It should pull back. It should strengthen a little bit. So the pain may end soon. Yeah, this was the giant triangle. We're at the bottom of the triangle. We have quite the moving averages. So again, not a perfect breakout of the triangle, but I was looking for a devaluation of 15% of the rupee of May of last year. I was looking for a 15% devaluation. Didn't work out exactly as I expected, but it is happening now. So here we go. And again, on the indicator, on the weekly chart, again, this was done before I even had the indicator in TradingView at all. Let's take a look real quick. You're on a 6 of 9 and 10 of 13. So 3-4 more weeks of pain for you guys in India, and the monthly and the weekly will both top out. Here's the daily. Wow, the daily is a complete disaster. Looks like it's on a 9 now. I can quickly add the indicator.
So this is the dollar divided by the rupee, right?
Correct. Dollar to rupee.
Yeah.
So it's saying that it's taking 72 rupees now
Yes.
to buy $1, whereas before it was taking 66 rupees to buy $1. So the dollar is strengthening relative to the rupee.
Correct. So,
which is what we're seeing with almost all emerging markets against the dollar. And even the developed countries like Europe against the dollar, because our economy is so strong relative to theirs, and therefore our currency is strong relative to theirs.
Although also, Tyler, do you think that this may have also to do with contagion from Asian markets and the FUD, I'll use our fun crypto word, happening right now in the Chinese markets?
Absolutely. People forget that what started a lot of the macroeconomic problems was back in 1996 and 1997, starting in Malaysia and in Indonesia with their currencies relative to the dollar and relative to other currencies. And that's what brought down long-term capital in 1998, which caused tremendous problems around the world, but particularly in the US, the Federal Reserve started getting very nervous and began printing money because the year 2000 was coming up very quickly. And if you remember, one of the big scares was that when all of the calendars on the computers around the world flipped from 1999 to 2000, that the world was going to come to an end. And what the Fed did is they began printing huge amounts of money and dropping interest rates sharply in anticipation that something could go wrong on January the 1st of 2000. What people weren't really looking at is that 3 months later in March is when the dot-com bubble burst, and then we had a 3-year recession with the stock market dropping 50%. But all of that began with what was called Asian contagion, having to do with Asian currencies that were dropping very, very sharply. Now we've got European problems with Turkey and with Italy, and we've got problems in Venezuela and in Argentina, and we've got weakness in the stock markets in Asia. So all of that's got to be remembered when you're looking at the dollar relative to a number of these other currencies.
hey Tyler, one of my friends and actual clients, he's Albanian, and he was interested in the Albanian currency. What do you know? It looks to me like it's pretty good. Like I'd rather be in Albanian leaks right now than in the euro, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. I don't understand that. I don't know anything at all about the Albanian economy or currency, but that's a very interesting chart. And you don't see too many of those showing that kind of strength relative to the dollar. So they're doing something, and I would guess it's keeping their interest rates higher than our interest rates, but I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good to me. It looks like it had a very clear, lower high. It tops on week 9. It's coming down. It's taking a little bit of a break, but you're so close to the prior lows. The 100 mark is going to be hard to cross. But honestly, I think it's like a de facto hold against the dollar, because it looks like the euro is about to be in trouble. I mean, I'm here in Spain. I have no idea how this economy functions. No one here works. it's completely amazing how anything ever gets done here. And yeah, so this looks this doesn't look too bad to me actually. And I don't know if there's really no reason to go to the monthly chart because it doesn't have that much of a history. But go to the daily chart. I know it doesn't trade all that commonly, but look at this 9 top. Beautiful, huh? Look at the 9 top and look at the 9 low. Now, this is not any kind of advice to start trading the Albanian US dollar here. But
Right.
it's just amazing how like the indicator picked this up over the last, what, 30 days?
Yeah, that's really wild.
Tops out on a 9, bottoms out. I mean, it's still in this neutral phase. I mean, if the Albanian lead, assuming that's what it's called, if it breaks 110, it could be in trouble. But I think it should hold. I think it's, I don't know what they're doing over there, but it looks like they're doing something right, at least compared to India or the euro.
All right, you want to do 2 last bit questions? One to you do the chart, 2 is more high level.
I was like, let this save, which is struggling.
Oh, actually, do you want to look at Square really quickly, Tyler? For sure. Well, Tone just got a question about Square. We always get questions about if Square is in a hyperwave or not. So maybe.
Yeah, Square is in a hyperwave.
Yeah. Oh, great.
I want to grab a stock. I'm going to base it off of that stock. Make a copy of the ticker.
SQ.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I think it's
SQ?
just 2. Yeah.
It's a great looking chart.
I don't think I've ever looked at it.
Yeah, it's really remarkable.
Yeah, I've ever looked at it. I mean, let me make sure.
Little Bitcoin proxy security.
No, I just created it September. I'm like, oh, I've looked at it. No, I just started. So nope, that's still Tesla. Oh, we haven't changed the ticker yet. Which one? Class A, right? Well, yeah, it's got it. Yeah. Oh wow! Oh damn! I have no idea. No idea. That's the weekly chart.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah, I have no clue. It's toppy though. I wouldn't touch it right now. I mean, I know it's on a green 2 going above a green 1. You're coming off a 9. You're coming off a combo 13, and the sequential 13 is coming in about 3 weeks. It's topped on a combo 13 before that followed aggressive sequential. It's hit a 9. That would have been a good time to buy. I think it's a little overextended here, and I don't know. That's a very expanded 9 candle. I would be a little cautious. And keep in mind, guys, we talked about the stock market earlier. The stock market is correcting. The stock market overall is coming off a daily 9 on a red 6, and it's coming off a weekly 9 last week. So I would wait. I would hold off on equities right now because the stock market can easily correct, 3 to 5%. So even though the chart is overall bullish, I think this is one of those cases where you have the overall stock market poppy, and now you want to look for your overextended stocks like Square that ran up more than the overall stock market, and you time those with a 9 count. So I would be a little careful with Square personally.
Tyler?
Yeah, I agree. One of the things about hyperwaves is what you want to do is where you get very far away from a phase 3 or phase 4 line is it's a great place to take profits or hedge your position with puts, and wait till it pulls back down to whatever line you're looking at. And to me, that could be a fairly big pullback down to around the 75 area, which is a big drop, but it would not invalidate the phase line that it's in. And it's one that our hyperwave research group has been watching very closely, and a couple of the people in it have been playing this and have been doing very, very well. As you see what happened 2 weeks ago, going into that 9, it just had a tremendous move from the 75 area all the way up to almost 95 in just a very short period of time. And that's what you get where you are coming down close to a phase line. That's the time you want to buy it. When you get way above a phase line, that's the time you want to begin hedging it. So anyway, whoever asked that question, I think they're right on target. But I do agree with Tone. You're fighting a 9 and you're fighting a C13, and you're fighting the overall stock market, including the NASDAQ, looking a little bit overextended here. We don't have much of a pullback, I believe, but it might take some time to get there. And so any overextended stock could be in for some correction.
So I checked the NASDAQ. Here's the weekly NASDAQ composite. We're only on a 4, broke out the new highs. I mean, it looks good. If I was allocating, retirement money, I would still be fully invested, and nothing here is worrying me. I'd wait for a close below the 7 week moving average. Maybe on a daily scale, it gave you a bit of a 9 up there. Of course it did. Like what? Look, it's you almost know that it did, right? Because I'm looking at the weekly chart, guys. This is my analysis. I'm looking at the weekly chart. It topped in the middle of nowhere. The weekly chart topped on a 3. So I have to almost assume there is a reason for this top, which is why when I went to the daily chart, I expected some kind of a 9. And guess what? There it is, right there at the top.
Yeah.
So this is why professional traders use this indicator very, very heavily. And there's your daily 9 coming off a reversal candle. And NASDAQ is still bullish long term, but a little cautious short term. So again, if you have allocation looking at a couple of years out, there's nothing to worry about. If you're a little more active, I would wait for a price flip. Green 1 above a green 2, hopefully resets your weekly count to a green 2 above green 1 in your business. All right, I just want to, my computer's about to die. I want to get back to mentioning my affiliate codes, and I am completely unashamed because none of this costs you guys any money. Please check out if you like and this video is going on 2 hours. If you like to support this channel, please use the affiliate links if you're going to buy or use any of these products. Some of them are just discounts. I mean, Cryptomatic doesn't pay me anything to shield their watch. And here it is, the new beauty. I ordered this one earlier today, the moment I had Wi-Fi here in Barcelona. And go ahead, 4 beautiful alternatives for you. You can save 10% by using TONE as the discount code. Use discount code TONE to save 10%. And same thing with your Amazon shopping. If you like my tech gear or anything, just click on one of these links to your Amazon shopping to support. Right, so another conference is over. We will do an episode with Jimmy and Giacomo and maybe Ugly Old Goat and maybe even Charlie Lee. And we'll talk about the conference. I have no idea what that video is of me debating Roger, my presentations, my upcoming events. After I'm going to be guest lecturing.
Yeah, my business school.
And after that, I am off to Ukraine to speak at a big blockchain and Bitcoin conference in Kiev. And then I will be at Hodl in Riga along with great speakers. After that, I am off to Amsterdam to speak at Blockchain Day. Hopefully this page will load. There I am, Tone Base, right there for you. After that, I will be in Prague speaking at Hackers Congress. There it is. I'm somewhere in these pictures. After that, I go back to Ukraine, and I will be speaking at Hackett. After that, I am in Singapore speaking at Crypto Expo. And then a month later, after Australia, I'm in Singapore again to speak at Block Show. That is my travel schedule. And yes, it is intense. And let's get back to a really cool apartment here in Barcelona.
Ty, thanks so much for joining. And definitely, hopefully we'll do another video maybe tomorrow. But you rock. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. We missed you guys.
Thank you guys. We'll see you all on the next one.